What I'm about to say is about to offend a lot of people. But now that Neymar has left Europe, we can officially say that Gareth Bale had a better career than Neymar. And it's not even close.
What the? I gotta fucking make a video about this.
Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. AA9Skillz, I would call it a household name. When I was young, I used to watch his FIFA videos, especially his Newcastle career mode in FIFA 14. But ever since then, FIFA's died down, and yeah, he really can't talk about that anymore. So what did he decide to do? He decided to have his own football opinions. And I know most of y'all have watched his shorts, have come up at least one short. And let me tell you something. I've never seen as deluded of a person, as biased of a person as AA9Skillz. And in this video, we're gonna go through 5 of his most disgusting football takes I have ever seen. Let's start, with the one I reacted to in the beginning of the video.
What I'm about to say is about to offend a lot of people. But now that Neymar has left Europe, we can officially say that Gareth Bale had a better career than Neymar. And it's not even close.
I don't know if I want to laugh or punch my screen. First of all, this misconception about people having a good resume, team trophies, makes them having a better career than someone else, all right? That's the funniest thing about all of this, because that means Nacho Fernandez had a better career than Thiago Silva. Doesn't that mean it? Can't we talk about Gareth Bale not being a starter for his last 3 Champions League finals at Real Madrid? Can we talk about that? Why can't we talk about that? Yes, because he was not that guy. He was not him. You can't compare him to Neymar Jr., who's the top scorer and top assister for Brazilian national team. I don't know, maybe 3rd or 4th top assister in the Champions League. Top scoring South American in the Champions League. Neymar actually came 3rd in the Ballon d'Or in the after the 2014-15 season. Where's Bale's top 3? So if we're talking about career, obviously Neymar had a 10 times better career than Gareth Bale. I don't know why you add team trophies as a big thing for an individual career. When we talk about Messi and Ronaldo's career, it's mostly Ronaldo fans who bring up the Champions League. Most Messi fans that bring up the Ballon d'Ors, the Golden Boots, the individual accolades trump, obviously, the team trophies. So Bale has, 4 or 5 Champions Leagues, and Neymar only has 1. But that doesn't mean Bale has had a better career. Bale has been cooked ever since his 3rd season at Real Madrid. Sure, Neymar's not with Al Hilal, but he's still not cooked. All right, that was the first. This is the first delusional opinion. Let's go to the second one. And one thing I want everybody to notice is his huge Real Madrid bias. He always says he's a Benfica fan, but honestly, he's deep down a Real Madrid fan. Says Hala Madrid all the time, and it's disgusting. Let's go to the second one.
Mbappe, you downgraded. You're leaving one of the biggest clubs in the world. You are downgrading. You're leaving one of the biggest fan bases in the world, one of the biggest stadiums in the world. You're leaving one of the most historic teams in the world to go play for a team that doesn't even have a plan. A team that doesn't even know if their best player's staying, if Neymar is going to be there next year. A team that couldn't make Messi happy. A team that doesn't know what they're doing. They just buy players to buy them. The fact that this guy has been barely on the field because of injuries and then has the balls to accept the PSG deal because he's going to get 25 million to leave after Barca dealt with you while you were injured the whole time, they should ban him from using Spotify. No more Spotify music for Dembele. He should not.
All right, you're not funny. All right, first thing here, again, as I said before, he's a Real Madrid fan, but even his bias for Real Madrid is not as strong as his hatred for my beautiful club, Paris Saint-Germain. So he's saying that Dembele going from Barcelona, a team that was knocked out of the Champions League group stages in the past 2 seasons, is downgrading to go to Paris Saint-Germain. And he's talking about Yeah, Dembele went to PSG because he's getting the 25 million. That's why Dembele is going to PSG. All right, why didn't he accept the 200 million to go to Saudi Arabia then? If it's all about money, why didn't he go there? Why last season, when he was a free agent and PSG said no, he also said no to Chelsea, who would have given him a much higher wage than he was at Barcelona? Why don't you think for a single second that this is a sporting decision? Dembele. And why are you putting all the blame on Dembele? You're saying Barca dealt with you. And look at you now, and now you're leaving. Why is it not the opposite? Look at the team. Look at the right backs. Look at the attackers. Look at the players Dembele has dealt with and had to play with at Barca. Look at the failures he's had to deal with at Barca. And you're blaming injuries on Dembele? And how can you say it's a downgrade? And then obviously it's the ignorant take. Paris Saint-Germain don't know what they're doing. They're losing Messi. We didn't want... Again, these ignorant takes about Paris Saint-Germain, ESPN, and now AA9Skillz. Stop talking about PSG when you don't know anything about PSG. I talk about Madrid, I talk about Barca, I talk about the Premier League clubs because I know them. I've seen the reports, I watch the games, I know stuff about them. But you don't know anything about Paris Saint-Germain. You think Messi leaving is a total failure? Ramos leaving, total failure? These are two players past their best at the age of 35 and 37. Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain has a plan. But no, go and dick ride Barcelona, your rival, just to hate on Paris Saint-Germain.
If I'm being 100% honest with you, Marcelo had a better football career than Neymar. And when you talk about best Brazilians to ever play, Marcelo did it all, except for win a Ballon d'Or. So at the end of the day, when you look at what Marcelo accomplished in football, he accomplished more than Neymar. You can go to goals and assists, okay, that's different, whatever. But when you talk about what he accomplished and how much he won, Marcelo is one of the best Brazilians to ever play football. Do y'all agree or disagree with me? Are y'all gonna tear me up for that? If I'm being...
Obviously, I disagree with that, AA9Skillz. I think that's an extremely deluded opinion. As when you said Bale had a better career with Neymar, it is exactly the same here. Obviously, I would say maybe Marcelo has individually a better career than Bale. I mean, played for a longer time, played at a top club, was actually a starter for Real Madrid, even though Fabio Coentrao was the starter ahead of him in his beginning of his Real Madrid tenure. But again, why are you bringing up team trophies? Why? Explain! Explain! Did Isco have a better career than Zidane? Just because he has more Champions Leagues. Stop adding team trophies to a player's resume like they have... Oh my... Stop! Team trophies, individual accolades. Which weighs more? Please explain that to me, AA9Skillz. And you know what? As I said before, you always like to bring up the Real Madrid argument. Let's talk about Marcelo for the Brazilian national team. Let's do that for a second. Please, let's just try doing that for a second. I can't even remember a single thing because he was so ass with the Brazilian national team. But you forget that because you only watch Real Madrid. You don't know anything about football. You just keep talking, opening your mouth without having any knowledge short of all.
The reason I think Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and Rodrigo can achieve more than Ronaldo, Bale, and Benzema is because top European teams suck now compared to what they played then. There was always really good teams. And right now, top European teams are not as good. And that's why I think those guys can win more. Messi had to go up against Madrid's team. Messi had to go up against that Bayern team. Messi had to go up against a strong Chelsea team. There was more stronger teams then than there is now. You know how I know the teams right now are not strong? We really could have seen Benfica in a Champions League final this year, chat. If Benfica would have got by Inter, they could have taken out AC Milan. The reason I think Vinicius Jr.
All right, again, extremely stupid argument. We saw Dortmund in a Champions League final. Nobody expected that. Even when Chelsea won the Champions League final, nobody expected that. They were underdogs against that Barca team and beat them. This happens in football. This is no new generation where Real Madrid will be at the top. I mean, I disagree with it, but many people are saying the City team is a great team of all time. So obviously there is a team that Real Madrid compete with. But you, as a Real Madrid fan, do you know how much you are disrespecting your club? Do you know how much you're disrespecting your club legends? If you take a look at that Real Madrid, Sergio Ramos, all-time player, Casemiro, Toni Kroos, Modric, all-time players, and probably the second, third best midfielder of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Pepe. Look at that team and look at this dog shit Real Madrid team. With all due respect, it doesn't come anywhere close. And you can go to any Real Madrid fan and ask them what team is better. And for you to think that this team, if Mbappe goes to Madrid, that they're going to accomplish more, that they're going to win something more valuable than a three-peat in the Champions League, which has never been done. Not even a two-peat has been done, and you think they're going to do something more than a three-peat. Obviously, you're talking about accomplishments, so it could be winning, you know, some more La Ligas, but I don't think anybody considers 5-6 La Liga titles more than a three-peat in the Champions League. So here you're disrespecting your club legends, you know, just to hype the future. And let's talk about the other teams. Obviously, there are great teams. There's never been as much competition. I mean, me as a PSG fan, PSG, Newcastle, and City, these are teams that did not really compete back in the days, but I mean, City just beat Real Madrid 4-0. So I would even say there's much more tough competition. There's more money in the market at the moment. Players, everything. It's much more competitive now than before. How Real Madrid got that three-peat, it's crazy. It's astonishing. It's miraculous. And for you to think that's going to happen again with something even greater than that from a worse team, disgusting. And you consider Ronaldo the GOAT. The disrespect. The absolute disrespect.
I'm going to give my opinion on Hazard, and I hope you guys don't give me an L for this. I don't believe Hazard flopped. I'm going to give you the actual truth of what I believe about Hazard. I believe that the Premier League is such a hard league to play in. Those years that Hazard gave you at top level Chelsea took it all out of him. This is my honest opinion. I believe it took everything for him to perform like that. And when he got to the level of Madrid, the peak of the peak, I think injuries and laziness really got to him. How many good years did Hazard give us? At least 5, 6. That's all I'm saying. Guys, I think the Premier League is too fast of a game for certain people. And I think it takes a lot out of you.
Again, rubbish. Complete rubbish here. Was Hazard a flop in terms of his career as a player? Absolutely no. But if we talk about Real Madrid, absolutely. Absolutely. Real Madrid spent over 110 million euros on Eden Hazard and didn't contribute anything. They had to even terminate his one-year contract at the end because, yeah, he didn't care. He didn't care. I think what happened to Eden Hazard was, I mean, a lot of past teammates have talked about it. He had a really bad diet, didn't train that much and all of that. And when you are at a younger age, when your body is stronger, your body can have a bad diet and all of that and still perform. I mean, he scored a hat-trick on his last game for Lille when he was drunk out the night before. But when he came to Real Madrid, I believe the seriousness was absolutely not there. And using, again, the victim card here for Hazard and saying the Premier League was tough. No, Hazard was just not tough enough for Real Madrid. And a step up from a club like Chelsea, with all due respect, to a club like Real Madrid, you got to have that mentality inside of you. Obviously, injuries, and I know that by having Neymar at Paris Saint-Germain, injuries can halt a player's development so much, and he obviously caused that in Eden Hazard, but he was way too unserious at Real Madrid, didn't care, laughed, came fat to training. You can't give excuses of the Premier League being hard for Eden Hazard coming fat to training. You can't give that as an excuse. You just can't. You just can't. Well, that's been it. That's been your boy. I hope, yeah, I hope that this video was enjoyable because listen, I've seen so many of his shorts and I've gotten disgusted every single time. I've had discussions with my friends about his disgusting opinions, and finally, I just had to do this. I just had to do this. Let me know in the comments down below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments down below. That's been it from your boy, and as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.